So a month ago, I made the same video that I'm making today. I'm addressing people saying that Surging Sparks is overhyped. It's been said since this, set was not even released yet, on release day. Until this day, people keep saying Surging Sparks is overhyped. And I need to make this video again because people keep saying it. It's like, I don't understand. Because people saying Surging Sparks is overhyped. What is your reasoning? Because all the time, even when I say sets are good or bad, people say you can't say what's good or bad. So when people tell me that Surging Sparks is overhyped, what makes you think it's overhyped? Is it your opinion? Because if it's your opinion, then that doesn't mean anything. Because if you think about it, the prices of everything is based on the market. So your opinion doesn't mean anything. So I've never really understood why people keep saying it's overhyped. Maybe it's the small minority of people saying Surging Sparks is overhyped, and they just come to my channel when they see Surging Sparks. But I don't get it. Because if Surging Sparks was really overhyped, then it wouldn't be as expensive as it is. I mean, at release, if it was really overhyped, the prices would have crashed. But the prices since being released have gone up. So I don't understand this overhyped thing with Surging Sparks. I've seen some people, though, I guess, try to say that Surging Sparks, the only reason why it's this expensive is because at the time it was released. Like people saying that, if it wasn't released at this time, it wouldn't be this expensive. But that doesn't make any sense to me because let's say that the only reason why Surging Sparks is as expensive as it is right now is because of just the timing. People that are getting into Pokemon right now, there's no way they're only buying the new sets. There's no way they only know about Surging Sparks. So all these new people coming into Pokemon, that are getting into the time of Surging Sparks being released, all these people, why if there's all these people now that are getting into Pokemon, why are they not going back to these older sets that are better? These Scarlet and Violet sets. Why? Why is the case? Because, we're seeing these other Scarlet and Violet sets go up in value. Like, a lot of these are now above $120 each for a booster box. But none of these are even close to Surging Sparks. Like, there's a reason why Surging Sparks is this expensive. Like, the whole thing that it's over hyped and everything, I don't understand. Because at this point, I feel like, especially it being now over a month of Surging Sparks being released, like this whole saying overhyped thing, it doesn't make sense. Because if it really was, I think by now it would have cooled off. People wouldn't be buying Surging Sparks booster boxes. People wouldn't be opening the setup. But people continue to open it up because I think the majority of people like it. So I feel like maybe it's the minority of people that don't like Surging Sparks that come to my channel. Because really, if you think Surging Sparks is overhyped, why is Scarlet and Violet base not that expensive? Why are these cards still cheap? Why is Paldea Evolved? The Magic card is going up in value, but why is the booster box not $200 like Surging Sparks? Well, why is that the case? Obscene Flames, why is this not $200? Like all these sets, you could have said that could have been hyped up. Why was it Surging Sparks? Like why is Paradox Rift not expensive? Why is Temporal not that expensive? Why are these not $200? Why is Twilight Mastery? It has a $300 card. Like why are these not expensive? If there's a reason for it, it's because Surging Sparks is just a good set. It's that simple. People like to overcomplicate things, come up with theories and all these things saying that it's overhyped, it's all like that everything's gonna crash. Like it's too many people saying these things. The simple fact is that Surging Sparks is like the best main set we've seen artwork wise. It's just how it is. But people don't want to agree with that because I guess their own opinions. But based on the market, there's a reason why the Pikachu is almost $500. People like to say that this artwork is too simple and plain, that other artwork should be more expensive. But there's reasons. It's supply and demand, guys. It's really that simple. Now, people are still going to speculate that this set is going to crash in the future. Sure. But people have been saying this since the set was released and since even before the set was released. The simple fact is literally Surging Sparks. It's just in demand and people like it. Like it could have been any mains, I'm telling you. It could have been any main set to do this that Surging Sparks did. But Surging Sparks was a set that went crazy because it has good artworks. It's literally that simple. And when you look at total set value, I made a completely separate video about this, but Surging Sparks is technically the best set, even out of all of Scarlet and Violet, because here I didn't include the specialty sets. It has the most set value, by far, out of any set. So if it really was overhyped at this point, I think the prices would have gone down, and we did see some prices go down, but they've gone back up. So I think just Surging Sparks, I feel like there's unnecessary hate by some people, but at the same time, there are people that do like it, but I feel like the mass majority of the people that watch my channel just don't like Surging Sparks. I don't know what it is, but Surging Sparks, the artworks in the set, in my opinion, A lot of these are a lot cleaner than some other artworks we've seen in the past. So I think that has to do partially with it, especially like the Latias and Milotic, and even the Pikachu. Like people say this shouldn't be this expensive, but I mean look at the Greninja from Twilight Masquerade. I mean it's pretty similar. Like the Greninja takes up most of the card. There's just a bunch of splatter to like paint or whatever, and that's it. This one, in my opinion, it's a cool Pikachu. Like in the grass, you know, people call it like some nickname or something, and it's just it pops like the color like if you've seen it in real life. It's like I don't understand the whole hate for Surging Sparks. Like I didn't understand it in the beginning, and until this day, people still saying that Surging Sparks is overhyped. I still don't get it. And like I said, if this set really was overhyped, I really feel like by now things would have calmed down. But look, every single day, like 100 boxes sell at $200. So people are still buying these. It's not like the prices of the cards are super expensive, but no one's buying them or no one's buying the booster box. Like people are buying this. So I don't understand. People just keep saying Surging Sparks is overhyped. Like, I mean, based on the market, it's not because people are buying and things are going up. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It's just the continuation of just Surging Sparks being called overhyped. At this point, it's getting kind of boring, and just also people saying that this is just gonna crash all of a sudden when new sets come out. Like I don't know, it seems like this is a new thing. It's like an obsession that people have, saying that when Prismatic comes out, when Team Rocket comes out, that all these previous sets no one's gonna care about. Like it's an obsession with people, man. It's like I'm telling you, you could have said the same thing with Surging Sparks. You could have said that when Surging Sparks came out, that no one was gonna care about Temporal or Paradox or 150. Like you could have said the same thing because this was super hyped up. It's like everything is so overinflated. It's like it's like I said, it's boring at this point. Like I hear the same thing over and over again. So, I mean, I'm never gonna understand it, but in my opinion, Surging Sparks is just a good main set, and that's why it's performing the way it is. It's really simple. So that's all I want to say. It's just Surging Sparks. I feel like just on my channel especially, there's unnecessary hate. People saying that Pikachu is not worth it, but I guess Greninja somehow is, and I feel like the artwork's pretty similar. It's like what constitutes like something being bad? Like I said, it's the market. Like you might not like it. Like people, it's the same thing. People said Evolving Skies was too expensive, that it was overhyped when it was $300, $400, $500, and now it's 1,000. And people continue to say it's overhyped, and it's gonna keep going up. It seems like it's just the same thing as people saying everything's overhyped. I mean, it's just demand. It's like I think it's just the space that we're in this Pokemon investing space. People are heavily opinionated and say all these things, and especially people watch my channel. But if that was the case, everything was overhyped, it would have crashed at release, like everyone thought it was. But it didn't because there's demand. So that's all I wanted to say. This is probably the last video I'll make addressing this overhyping thing. But I just keep seeing it, and it's getting kind of boring. So that's all I wanted to say. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.